been a while since I've done a video, and since I do a lot of some of my best thinking while I'm working, I figured I'd bring the video camera out here and work and record while I'm working. What the heck, you know? So I got the little girl here, my motorcycle, and work on some polishing, which is when I do some of my best thinking, and figured I'd talk to you. I know it's been a long time. First and foremost, I want to thank all my new subscribers. Man, I never would have dreamed, never in a million years, that I would have gotten this many subscribers. And of course at the moment I don't have a clue how many I've got. I forgot to check before I did the video, but I know it's a lot, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I do apologize for not putting a video out sooner or recently, but I only do videos when I'm led to do videos, and I haven't been led to do any here lately until just recently. One of them I wanted to talk to you about was I hear a lot of people throughout my life saying the same old words, which are, I don't believe my God would send a good person to hell. And I know a lot of good people. So I figured in view of that, I'd tell you a story. And it's not a fake story, it's real. It really happened. When my son was a kid, he got spankings just like any other kid in a normal household. And I would tell him, if you did such and such, you're going to get a spanking. So don't do it. It's simple as it gets. Well, sure enough, he'd do it, and I'd catch him, and he'd get a spanking, just like I promised. My dad taught me, don't open your mouth and make a promise unless you plan to keep it. Well, what I want to ask you is this: whose fault was it that he got a spanking? Was it my fault? I mean, I'm a good dad. He'll tell you that. My daughter will tell you that. So, but they can't, neither one of them say, I'm a good dad and I wouldn't spank them if they did wrong. So whose fault was it? It's kind of hot out here. Well, duh, it was his fault. Because you see, he had the choice. He knew the consequences, and all he had to do was choose not to do what he was told not to do. So even though I'm a good dad, he still got a spanking. And I ain't saying I'm a great dad, of course. Well, you see, when Adam and Eve was in the garden, they were given a choice. Don't eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And they were told what would happen if they did eat from it. And they ate from it. So does that make God a bad person or a bad God to let them die? No. Because they were given the choice. Now God put in the Bible, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believeth in him shall not perish, but shall have everlasting life. That means if you believe on Jesus as your Savior, that you'll have everlasting life. What are you supposed to be the opposite of that? So, where I'm going with all this is, God's given you a choice to believe on Jesus and have everlasting life, or to not believe on Him and have everlasting damnation. So here's what I'm going to put to you. Who's sending you to hell? It's not God. Just like my son with that spanking, he's giving you a choice. And ain't nobody making that choice but you. And you're making the choice knowing full well what the consequences are. That's about all I got to say on this one. So, I do have a few more, and please stick around, because I've got some good ones coming. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.